all had the transition phase. I mean, everybody over here has a transition phase already and they know what the journey looks like. So, without wasting any further time, nothing would be better than Mr. Kishor from Crowdfundjunction and MadforNFTs talking to us about the career opportunities, enterprise use cases, bottom fishing in crypto, and the NFT bear market, and give us some insightful details of the same. Sir, please come on stage. It's all yours, and big round of applause for Mr. Kishor M.
So I'll try to keep it as much entertaining as possible because I'm in the way between you and your lunch. Right. Can we have the presentation? 2 minutes. 1 minute. Just to give you a quick background, I come from Singapore. We run a community VC, so we invest in a lot of blockchain projects, and we provide a lot of services for projects that are looking for fundraising or, let's say, listing on an exchange, market making services. We also help projects that are looking for maybe starting their own NFT collections. So I'll be talking a little bit about that as well, but my focus will be to see how you can basically do some bottom fishing right now. For those of you who are worried about taxes and have not invested, good for you. You're buying at a very, I would say, attractive levels. We'll be also talking about how you can basically start a career in the Web3 space. Web3 is going to create a lot of new jobs and career opportunities, as well as businesses in the metaverse. As well as, I'm going to share a little bit about enterprise use cases. It sounds boring, but I've made sure that I have made the presentation not boring for all of us. Yeah. I think while my presentation is not coming up, we can let them ask questions to Sudeep since they wanted to. What say, Sudeep? You want to come up and take questions? Yeah, let's make good use of time, correct? All right. So maybe he can take one question since he came all the way up. Anyone would like to ask Sudeep a question?
So, I lived in New York and I saw a decentralized WeWork in Soho. And companies like Solana and Matic and all of these took office spaces, and rents and all the other arrangements were happening on the blockchain. How would something like that look in context? Number two,
one question.
Number two, it's related to real estate only. How are we looking at real estate transactions? Because you gave the SEBI example. So I was just curious on how it will get solved.
See, so fundamentally, I'm not the right person to answer that question. So what I'm going to say, because I am, I will try to score an answer on that one. The first thing is that from infrastructure, this is possible even today for India. There is nothing stopping us from going to a tech space and actually doing it on a technological level. There are fundamental problems with way real estates are handled, and if your real estate management systems are not streamlined, and I've seen that with certain state governments who have tried to do this, you will face problems. But these problems are not at the technological level. These are essentially at a process level which preceded the technology. Right? So you have already disputes. What do I do about the dispute basis? Right? So those are the things. Now, future pointing, if you actually draw a line and say that everything beyond is not part of the scope and future is, then you can easily do it today. Also, there's nothing stopping you from doing it today. Only difference right now is that payment rails, and fundamental reasons for payment rails, which you keep on hearing, is that we do not have a compliance infrastructure in place right now. And that's the fundamental of it. If we can see that the money that is coming and the source of the money that is coming is not, and there's no red flag on a scale, and any of these infrastructure is not used that way, we should do it without problems. And that same answer stands for the as well.
So this is a little bit of our services that we provide. We help projects fundraise. We have a huge investor community. We work with companies that provide smart contract audits, blockchain development services. We introduce projects to exchanges, market making, launch batch connections. If you're looking for advisors or KOLs, we also work with them. So this is a little bit about what we do. But now let's dive into the topic for today. So my topic is, let's talk first about bottom fishing in today's bear market. Now the good news is you must always, whenever you're putting your money, the first question you must ask is what are the big boys doing? Okay? if the big boys are putting their money, then obviously they are not going to be wanting the money go down the tube, right? So who are these big boys? We're talking of Standard Chartered, Citibank, UBS, BNP Paribas, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and the name list just continues, right? And look at the amount of money that they are literally putting in. It's like actually millions and millions of dollars are actually getting invested, right? So that tells you that, okay, blockchain is here to stay, or Web3 is here to stay, right? Okay, now if you look at investments, guys, I have made money during crisis, period. Whenever there's a crisis, I'm very active. Whenever there's a bull market, I go on holiday. Yeah, and I'm saying this purely by data. Another thing which you must do is, whenever you invest, look at data. Investment should not be emotional. Investment should be backed by data. And this tells me a lot. If you look at the US bear and bull market since 1926, right? Every time there's a bear market, which is this orange color that you see over there, it's followed by either a recession or a bull market, right? So right now we're talking about recession right now. And the US is actually doing something called a forceful recession by increasing the interest rate, correct? I see that post this bear and recession, there's the bull market coming. And you always buy when there's, I would say, blood on the street. And right now everything is down. So there's good opportunity, right? Obviously you can never buy at the lowest level, but you can start accumulating through something called as dollar cost averaging, which I'll talk about it. So some of us may ask, is it too late to buy Bitcoin? Well, when Bitcoin was at 60,000, people were asking that question, right? Now Bitcoin is at 16,000. People are still asking that question. So let's answer this. If you look historically at all the corrections of Bitcoin, right from 2012, right, correction was 42%. And then in 2013 it was 34%. In 2013 all the way to 82%. 2015 86%. In 2018 83%. 2021 51%. And right now what is the correction? From 60,000 all the way to 16,000. Again more than 80% correction, correct? So whenever these corrections happen, you'll be surprised. Opportunity comes. So look at this. 2011, high was 35, low was 2. High was 220, low was 70. High was 1,000, low was 200. Now, if you had bought at 35 and it dropped to 2, you'd be like, man, this is something not for me. But if you held on to it, in 2013, it touched 220, so you would be still laughing all the way back, right? Obviously, if you bought at 70, you would say, I did the mistake again. But if you held on to 2015, it would be $1,000, right? All the way to 2022, it was 68,000. And right now, where it is? 16,500. So, guys, you're not entering at 68, you're entering at 16. In just this 1 year, it dropped from 68 to 16, right? Now you'll be asking me, oh, is this the bottom? No one can see the bottom, right? But what you can do is, you can start accumulating, right? Now, question is, what is actually the value of Bitcoin? Now, another thing which I want to do is, the third thing is, so what did I say the first thing? Are the big boys investing? What is the second thing? Look at data. Data means, look at all the possible information you can. And third is, look at valuation. So when you buy a property, if somebody says this property is worth 1 crore, on what basis is he saying 1 crore, right? So somebody says buy Bitcoin. The question you should ask is, what is it worth? So this was done by CNBC, and it says that if Bitcoin was to replace gold in equivalent terms, the value of each Bitcoin is 357,000. Now Bitcoin is at 16,000 and the value of every Bitcoin is worth 357,000. Value is here and price is here. So you are buying when the price is low compared to the value. So always remember, calculate value if you want to invest in anything, whether it's real estate, equity or cryptocurrency. Now, some of you may say, but is there something else that I can put my money in other than Bitcoin? The answer is of course yes. They are called altcoins, right? So Ethereum is an altcoin, right? Polygon is an altcoin. Now, guys, remember all of this is nothing but technology companies, which means you're moving from Web 2 technology to Web 3 technology, correct? If you talk of Web 2 to Web 3, back in those days, 20 years back, you had invested in AWS, which is nothing but Amazon. if you had invested in PayPal, if you had invested in Microsoft, if you had invested in Facebook, your money would have gone up 10-fold, 20-fold, 50-fold, depending on which level you had invested, right? But today we're talking about what? Web3, right? And that's the future. So if you want to invest, you must invest in Web3 technologies. In Web3 technologies, if you had invested, which is primarily called altcoins, right? Look at the wealth that you have created. $1,000 investment in any of these projects, whether it's Blocktopia, which is a metaverse project, Pulsepad, which is a launchpad, blockchain launchpad, or a GameFi project, which is Gamify, or an NFT project, which is NFT launch. You pick any of these projects, $1,000 would have given you on Blocktopia $500,000 return, and the lowest was 85,000. We are talking of an 85x return. You put money in any asset class, you will never get an 85x return. Impossible. Now, why are you getting these kind of returns? Because this is called new technology. Anything that is new has not been tested. If this technology becomes mature, can you make 85x returns? So guys, think about it like this, right? We are all talking about something which is not really proven itself, which is why you're getting these kind of returns. Why? If it's high returns means it's high risk. Okay? So don't say, oh, I want that 100x on Bitcoin, but I don't want the risk. Then you're in the wrong room. Okay? Now, for those of you who are saying, oh, but Kishor, is there a place where I can kind of don't have to break my head and figure out which altcoins to buy? So this is a website which you can go to. It's called Wise Trading. On this website, it actually breaks down and does all the kind of, I would say, the hard work for you. And it says for each of those altcoins out there, what is the kind of rating? Again, like I said, it's not financial advice. Please do your own research. But I'm trying to make your investment journey a little bit more pleasant. So, in terms of bottom fishing, I would suggest if you want to accumulate Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any Web3 or Metaverse coins, start doing dollar cost averaging now. What's the meaning of dollar cost averaging? Basically, let's say you have $1,000. You decide to buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of these Metaverse coins or Web3 coins every single month, no matter what the price. Okay, that's called dollar cost averaging. Now, you could also buy coins which are listed on exchanges in the form of IEO, which is called Initial Exchange Offering, or IDO, which is on the DEXs, or INO, which is the NFT. Why is this? Because when you do it on a platform like this, they have already done the due diligence before they can have the coins on their launchpad. So you don't have to go through the hard work. But if you buy it on the project website, which is doing an ICO, now that's very risky because you have no clue whether the project will actually, once they take the money, will the website still be there or not? Yeah? So this is what I recommend. Then the last thing is you must buy crypto ETFs. Like in India, you have the Nifty ETF, which is all about stocks. You also have something called as crypto ETFs. Yeah? Or you would buy large cap coins or NFTs, which are very high ranking. So if you go to OpenSea, you can get all the rankings of all the NFTs. Look at the top 10. And they're currently very attractive. But for those of you who are adventurous, right? You're like, oh, what is all this DAO, right? Then you could basically start buying into some of these DAOs. For example, Lynx DAO, they are a sports DAO, and you could become a part owner of a golf course. Or if you're interested in soccer, then you can buy Wacky United, which is again a DAO. And there are a lot of DAOs, but this is for those who are a little bit more adventurous. Okay? Now let's talk about NFTs. So NFT is nothing but a certificate of authenticity and power of ownership which can never be duplicated, hence it's unique, right? The reason why NFTs have become so popular is for two reasons. Number one, proof of ownership, right? How can I prove that the artwork which I'm giving to you or selling to you is owned by me? That's what NFT does. It gives you the certificate that, yes, Kishor is the owner. But the second biggest benefit of NFT is royalties, right? And that is why NFT is so popular. And no other person other than Gary Lee describes NFT beautifully than anybody else. So he's saying that NFT is going to be a game changer and more businesses will need an NFT strategy. Okay, now big brands like Coca-Cola, right? Starbucks, Nike, Gucci, right? Burberry, Visa, TikTok, Coca-Cola, Marvel, Burger King. Everyone is entering the NFT space. If you look at the NFT ecosystem, it's actually everywhere. It's in the collectibles, it's in sports, it's in DeFi, games, infrastructure, art, music, everywhere. NFTs use case is practically seen everywhere. Companies like Adidas, eBay, Shopify, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Prada, Formula One, Nike, Samsung, Ticketmaster. In fact, the amount of NFT sales across different categories has crossed 1 billion in June alone this year. Now, in terms of country, China is the number one as far as interest in NFTs, followed by Singapore. In fact, in Singapore, if you launch an NFT, it gets sold within 24 hours. That's how fast NFTs get sold in Singapore. Yeah. OpenSea is the number one marketplace, followed by Axie Infinity, CryptoPunks, Magic Eden, which is on Solana. Now there are a lot of categories of NFTs, right? So you have got games, metaverse, art, utility, collectibles. Collectible is still the most popular. Now you'll be surprised that virtual property is actually the in thing on NFTs. And 622,000 land plots totally are there right now in the metaverse. So you could actually buy a digital land. And these metaverses, the popular ones are Sandbox, Decentraland, TCG World, Arcade Land. So I've listed it on the screen. Now, in terms of real estate sales, $1.9 billion worth of real estate has been sold already. And these are all digital real estate, right? So the numbers are all on the screen. Now, NFT use cases is also in travel. So we have companies like Traveler, we have Flycoin, we have Pebble. So these are all companies which are actually using NFT use cases in travel. Now this 12-year-old kid, he made his own NFT and he earned $400,000. This is another 12-year-old kid and she made $1.6 million from her NFT collection. Now some of you may say, but Kishor, I do not know how to draw. I've never drawn in my life. So how about this? This guy, he's an Indonesian student and all he did is he took a selfie and he sold it and he made $1 million. Now how many of you in this room cannot take a selfie? Raise your hand. Which means starting tomorrow you can sell your NFT because you can take a selfie, right? Here's another one. She's from Singapore. She's Irene. She's very, very popular. Just like Aishwarya Rai in India. She's the Aishwarya Rai of Singapore. So she raked in $7.5 million just by taking her selfies. That's it. Yeah? So what are the NFT use cases? NFTs can aid in the fight against fake art. When you're buying an art, how do you know it's not fake? NFTs can help you with that. Fake tickets. A lot of people buy tickets when they go to the tournaments or they go to the cricket stadium to watch the match. The person says, hold on, this ticket number somebody has already entered. We cannot allow you entry anymore, right? Medications, you buy medicines from the pharmacy. How do you know that medication that you're buying, is it fake or not? Or let's say you like to indulge in wine. You like to drink wine, right? And wines are expensive. How do you know it's fake or not? So the National Football League and Ticketmaster, they collaborated to distribute NFT tickets to the Super Bowl fans because Super Bowl events have a lot of fake tickets sold. They wanted to get rid of it, right? Homeowners in the need of liquidity can create equity from the properties by issuing tokens that reflect fractional ownership interest through platforms like Vesta Equity. Let's say you have a property worth 1 crore. You just need, let's say, 10 lakhs. You go to the bank will say, give me 10 documents. Now you're like, hang on, my property is fully paid. Why do you need my income tax statement? Why do you need my whatever, Aadhaar card and PAN card and all the most, please get from the secretary of the building, please get a no objection certificate. What do you mean? Why do I need to get a no objection certificate from the secretary of the building? No, unless you don't get it, we don't give you a loan. Why all this hassle? But imagine if I can simply get a loan against my property by giving an NFT worth 10 lakhs to that person. Now he owns 10% equity in my property without the hassle of all this. Does that make sense? Yeah. So this company called Vesta Equity does it. Okay. Then musicians are actually using NFT technology to collaborate with a platform called Royale. Okay. And what they're doing is they are allowing their fans to get a percentage of the music streaming. So every time the music is streamed, the owner of the music gets money, right? A percentage of that will go to the fan, the owner of the NFT, right? And finally, NFTs can be used as proof of attendance. So if you've heard about VCon, which is by Gary Vee, you can only attend this event if you own a VFriend NFT. So these are some of the use cases of NFTs. Now look at the top 10 NFTs. CryptoPunks. CryptoPunks was minted for $0. That's what is the meaning of that? Which means it was given to anybody and everybody for nothing, for free. What was the all-time high of CryptoPunks? $33 million. Now you may say, why did CryptoPunk give the NFT for free? Because of royalty. Every time a CryptoPunk changes hands, 10% of the sale price goes to the creator. So imagine if I sell my CryptoPunk for 33 million, 3 million goes to the creator. Let's say you sell again 3 million goes to the creator. Let's say he sells again 3 million goes to the creator. And that is the beauty of NFT, right? So look at all this. Board 8 was minted only for 173. All-time high was $500,000, right? And Moonbirds and Cool Cats, Meebits. So you can just imagine the kind of money that has been made in NFTs. That's why the NFT craze. Let's look at Metaverse. I do not know how much time I have, but you can cut me, okay? Okay, 2 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes. Oh, you give me extra time. Thank you so much. So, what is Metaverse? It's basically an immersive digital environment where people interact as avatars. Guys, in the future, you will not be coming to an event like this. An event will happen. It will be by this company, which is Metamorphosis. But all of us will be in something called as the Metaverse, and I'll show you how it's going to look. Okay? So, in the future, you will be in an event, but you can choose whether you want to be seen as a male or a female. Okay, forget about the male or female part. How about this? Let's say you're 60-year-old, but you want to be 16-year-old. So you could attend an event as a 16-year-old, but it is not you, it's your avatar. Okay, and how is this going to be? I would love to play this video. Can you try and see if you can play this video? Is the audio?
So you can type things to the performer and she can respond, so to speak, to your feedback. So I think you can't get tickets to like seats, or even you can pay to the venue itself because it's sold out. I mean, nowadays a lot of tickets are sold out. So this, I guess, is a good solution to the problem. I wouldn't say it's a perfect solution, but you can at least like whatever you want to do right now. If the virtual space out, let's say you got the extremely bad seats right at the back of the concert. Would you prefer that, or would you prefer just make a concert where you can run all the way to the front where you can actually watch the sing live, right? So it's good. That composition, I guess, and it's probably really cheaper to run in a concert so they pay for the whole day in a concert.
So guys, think about it, right? You want to go for a concert or you want to go for a Bollywood show, right? Now there's a capacity limit, right? If the tickets are sold out, the tickets are sold out. But if the event is happening in the metaverse, is there a capacity limit? No, right? Secondly, if I buy tickets in real life event, right? The back rows tickets are cheaper, the front rows are expensive. But can the back rows come in the front and meet the performer? Cannot. But in the metaverse, I can walk up to the performer and shake hands. Is that making sense? Right? So there are so many things which is possible in the metaverse, which is not possible in real life events. So a lot of jobs and businesses are going to be created. For example, if you are in fashion, guys, quickly move into digital fashion. Why? Because in the future, your avatar will be requiring digital clothes. You see, for me to come to this event, I'm wearing this, right? But if I want to go to my metaverse, I will need something which is digital, true or not? Correct? And every event I speak in the metaverse, imagine if I wear this in every event, people will say, Kishor is very boring, correct? So what will I do? I'll tell my fashion guy, can you please design something new every time? Because today I'm speaking over here, next week I'm speaking in Vietnam. And then after that I'm back to Singapore. So every event I go, I want to change my clothes, right? So my digital avatar will need digital clothes. So what is the kind of jobs that's going to be created, guys? Metaverse AR VR developers, gaming experts, computer scientists, metaverse marketers, fashion designers, metaverse real estate agent. For those who are in real estate, stop selling properties in the real world. Learn how to sell property in the digital world. Understand how to sell property in Decentraland, in Sandbox. People are dying how to buy properties over there. They have no clue. Yeah? Metaverse lawyers. There's going to be a lot of scams. I'm telling you. Cyber security guys, forget Web 2. Figure out how to become a cyber security expert in Web 3. Right? Learning in the metaverse. Avatar creators, tour guides. Let's say I'm going into a land which is a Disneyland but in the metaverse. I have no clue. I need a tour guide. Let's say you go from here to Japan for a holiday. You don't even speak that language. You need a tour guide, correct? So there's going to be tour guides in the metaverse. Entertainment, live entertainment events. So if you're an event organizer, understand how to organize events in the metaverse, guys. Interior designer. If I'm buying my property in the metaverse, if I tell my friend, hey, you know what, I got a digital property, what will the first thing the wife will say? When my wife goes to other people's house, she's more interested in the decoration. I'm more interested in the food. Right? So if you go and see somebody's house in the metaverse, what is the person going to see? They're going to see the interior, right? So metaverse interior designers is going to be in big demand. So guys, the future is very bright. So those of you who are worried about jobs, businesses, no need to worry anymore. The metaverse is going to create a lot of jobs, a lot of business opportunities. So concerts are happening in the metaverse. Ariana Grande did a concert in the metaverse. Justin Bieber did his concert in the metaverse. Nike enters metaverse. Adidas enters metaverse. Why these guys entering the metaverse? Tomorrow when I am presenting in the metaverse, what shoe am I going to wear? I'm going to wear a Nike digital shoe. I'm going to wear a Adidas digital shoe. That's why they are entering, right? Why is Gucci coming in? Why is Prada coming in? Because my wife likes Gucci and Prada. She goes to a metaverse party. She wants to wear a what? A Gucci bag, a Prada bag. Is that making sense? Yeah? All the girls are very happy over here. Yeah? So look at all these brands. Nike, Samsung, Disney, Coca-Cola, Gucci, Adidas, all of them are entering the metaverse. So let me tell you what's going to happen in the metaverse. Imagine you're wearing an Oculus. Imagine you're wearing an Oculus, and let's say I'm playing a match with my son. After we play the match in the metaverse, we both are very tired. My son says, Dad, I want to have McDonald's. He's not going to remove his Oculus. He's just going to say McDonald's. Suddenly, the McDonald's NFT will show up. And then he'll say menu. So menu will show up and he says, okay, I want a chicken family burger, whatever, right? Which French fries. And automatically, I think in India, who's the company that does delivery? Zomato. So Zomato will show up and he will say, okay, order to Zomato. Automatically, his cryptos will be charged. I think his USDT or USDC will be automatically charged, and the delivery will come physical. By the way, it won't be a digital burger. It will still be a real burger because he still has to fill his stomach. Does that make sense? Yeah? So look at the market size. The market size is right now almost 500 million. It's going to become 1,500 billion. Now, you'll be surprised that banks are entering the metaverse. Why? If you go to decentral land, you go to Sandbox, you want to buy your digital land. Currently, what are you going to use? You're going to use your Visa Master. Imagine if Visa Master is not there. They're going to lose millions and millions of dollars in business. Which is why they are all entering the metaverse. Because we are all going to be buying in the metaverse. That's why all these banks like Visa, Master, HSBC, they're all entering the metaverse. Now my last topic for today is Web3, careers. So guys, this is just going to boom. Whether it's smart contract developer, full stack developer, front-end developer, token economist, DeFi analyst, community manager, social media manager, sales and marketing manager, blockchain lawyer, crypto crime investigator, UI UX project manager. All these careers are in big demand. You can come to a booth, you can scan the QR code, and we have jobs waiting for all of y'all, for those who are looking for jobs. Yeah. A website which I would recommend you to go to, and this is a very, very useful website especially for people who are into the Web3 development space. It's called Lumus Labs. And they have a very vibrant Discord channel where you will find a lot of Web3 guys inside. So this is something which I would like to suggest for you to join. Alright, so this is the QR code. In case you can't make it to a booth for whatever reason, you can scan the QR code and you can join. So thank you very much, and I hope I've not taken much time and you can still enjoy your lunch.
Thank you so much for such an insightful discussion. I bet it was actually one-on-one session on NFTs and the use cases and how to do your research.